We have a life and a business topic. So I always do two topics, one about life and one about business to help you in your life and your business. Um, so our life topic today is mindset matters. We're going to talk about mindset and why it really does matter for a good outcome in your life, and it does play a big role in your business as well. I was drinking some soda, so I rubbed all that lip gloss off. And then number two, our topic for business is why you need a business. And I have need in capital letters because I truly believe everybody needs some form of a business, whether you work, stay at home mom, work at home mom, work in the corporate world, or whatever the case may be. And it's not always about the money, although when you have a business, it's to create an income and also to create lifestyle freedom. But there's other benefits to having a business. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to do a quick introduction. This is Blab number 3 for me since I started Blab. And I don't know now how many days I've been on Blab, but I am here. I am excited and I love getting on here and interacting. And then as we go on into the segment for today, I will unlock the seats if anybody wants to hop on and chat or ask questions or give their commentary about the topic at hand. Feel free to do so, and I will open those seats up shortly. But a little bit about me. I am the CEO of Mommy Freelance. It is a new startup company. We are due to launch next month in October. I don't have an official date yet. We're still working on that, but we will be launching in October. And Mommy Freelance basically is a platform. It's a membership for moms, for women who either are at home and want to create an additional income, or who want to be able to come home but need an income in order to do so before they can leave their job or whatever the case may be. Or it's for women who are working a job, they love their job, they'd be happy with their job, or may need to be at their job for whatever reason, that they do want to create an additional income outside of their 9 to 5 money. And so, again, it's a membership. You pay a monthly membership, and we teach you skills. We educate you. Freelancing is a real business. There's a quote out there that says freelance is a real business, and it is. And it is so fun, in my opinion, to be able to do the things that I love, to be able to help other people with things that they may not have time to do, may not have a desire to do, or just may simply need help doing. And so that is a great benefit to me and a joy to my heart to be able to do that, but to also be able to monetize the ability that I have to help other people. You can't do any better than that. And so we teach skills from the basics of how to be a freelancer, how to find clients to freelance for, basic computer skills like Microsoft Office. Somebody yesterday was looking for someone to teach them how to use QuickBooks so that they could apply for and get a job that required them to know QuickBooks. So we even have people, we'll have people in our platform. If you know QuickBooks and you're good at QuickBooks, that is a client for you. Mommy Freelance has 4 divisions. So one is teaching you skills that you can use to become a freelancer or to enhance the skills that you already have so that you can get more clients and freelance, which allows you an additional income and also allows you to be able to work from home. There is a glare. So we'll do this for a little bit. And then a second platform is we have an affiliate program. And when people hear affiliate, a lot of times they get nervous, they get scared, they run like, oh my gosh, sales, oh my gosh, promoting. And we have made it so simple. I have created a simple formula, very, very simple formula, where you can make your first $100 within our company without selling. And that's all going to be revealed on our launch webinar that we're going to have when we actually launch. It'll be a live webinar, like kind of something like this. I'll be talking to you guys face to face, explaining the business, and then I will open up the membership for people to get started and sign up. There'll be a whole bunch of bonuses for those who take action right away. And then I will also go into detail and explain. Hi there. I'm going to open up the seat in just a minute, right after I do the introduction. So just hang tight for 1 second. Um, where the platform will be opened up, and I'll explain about the affiliate program. And if you would like to become an affiliate, you can. If you choose not to do that, that's fine too. But it's going to be so simple, it's almost just a no-brainer to do it. And you'll be able to earn your first $100 within the organization, within the community. And then we have a program for those who are interested to get you to your first $500 within the first 31 days of being a member. So I'm very excited about that. I'm able to not only create a community where you can learn and enhance your skills, but also create a community where I can pay you, which is an exciting thing to be able to do, is to create, boost the economy and create not jobs, but just paying through the affiliate aspect, and build a community at the same time of women who are like-minded, who are positive, and who want to see other women succeed. And we want to show the world that women can get along, we can work together, we can cohabitate together in an environment, in a community, and we can boost each other up and not tear each other down or be crabs in a bucket. So that's very important to me. The third platform is we do have a PhD program for freelancers. So anybody that wants to learn how I created my community, the steps I took to create the membership, because there's a lot of technical things that go on, and I'm not necessarily a tech person. I'm learning a lot of tech stuff, but anybody that wants to learn how to basically duplicate what I did within my community, and create your own community. Because always as a business owner, you're going to be at an advantage to create more income for your business because it is your business. So anybody that wants to learn that, I have a program that you'll be able to go through. And then at the end, when you complete the program, you get a PhD certification from Mommy Freelance, which is fun, but it's serious at the same time because you're learning a valuable skill on how to run a company, how to create an organization and a community. And then our fourth platform in it all is we have clients who exclusively come to us saying, hey, I need a freelancer to do this, or hey, I need somebody to work on this project or this gig. And so we are working to bring clients into the community, and you're not going to find those jobs on any job board or anywhere else. They'll be exclusive to Mommy Freelance during the time that assignment is inside of our organization. And so hopefully we'll be able to roll out ways for you to create an income because we will be bringing those jobs directly into the platform. So that's a little bit about Mommy Freelance. And again, I'm so excited. We're getting ready to launch here next month. And so if you know anyone that would be interested in that, I encourage you to start thinking about 10 people that you know that would be interested in something like that, and then just keep those 10 people in mind. And then as we get closer to the launch, I'll tell you exactly what you need to do so that you can be ahead of the game in earning an income, your first $100, getting into Mommy Freelance. And so today, like I said, our topics are mindset matters and why you need a business. And on the mindset matters, I do not have a layout. Usually I have my topics and my points written out. I don't have a layout for that. I'm just going to talk to you from the heart because there's some things that I've been seeing online, and then just chatting with different people. And some of the same things are coming up. And I've gone through a lot of the things that I'm seeing. And so I guess that's why I'm able to recognize them, but then to just be able to share how you can get past those things so that you can live a better, freer life, and have a clearer and more peaceful mindset. And then also on the why you need a business, I'm just going to go over a couple points on why, in my opinion, you do need a business of some sort. And there was somebody here, Bam Bam 79. If you had a question or you wanted to jump on, I'll go ahead and unlock the seat for you. If you're interested, you can go ahead and do that, and I'll unlock the seat. And as always, this is recording, so you'll be able to watch the recording once it uploads after the official show has aired. So, our first topic, mindset matters. So, in the mindset, when you think about mindset, it's really the way you think, the way you view various things that are happening in the world, in your life, in your community, in your home, at your job, um, wherever, just the way you view things. And a lot of times, the images and the environments that we take in through our visual or through our hearing or even just emotional have a big effect on our mindset overall, because what we see turns into what we feel, and what we feel turns into how we react. A lot of times we let our emotions take over and really, get us either off focus, off track, or um, unfocused on what it is that we need to do in life. Hey there. I can't see you. Okay. And so a lot of times we get off track based on the things that we're going through, the things that we're seeing, the things that we're hearing. And just over this last year, I've gone through a lot of emotional changes in my life, and that affected me as far as the way I see things in life, and not even in a bad way. Although what I went through was very sad, very tragic, the way I experienced, because of what I experienced, the way I view life now, the way I view things that are going on in my life, totally different. Just briefly, I'll just explain that I had a baby boy here just barely 4 months ago. It's been 4 months, just a little over 4 months ago, and he had a terminal disorder when he was born, and we knew about it early in the pregnancy, but it didn't make it any easier to get through. And then when we actually got to the point of delivery and he came into the world, he lived for 7 days and he passed away. So that within itself is just an emotional roller coaster. It's just an emotional, tragic situation. But because of that situation, the way I view life, the way I view things that are happening around me, so different than how I did before. Things that used to get me upset don't bother me as much. Things that I used to be so dramatic about or think were so serious don't bother me. I look at it and say, hey, I've been through worse. This is nothing. I can conquer this. Or I realize there's some people and some environments that I just have to distance myself from and not be involved with at all, period, point blank. And that's just the truth of the matter. Sometimes, again, our environment, what we take in visually, and the people that we are around affect our mindset. So if we can shift our mind to know that some things that we're dealing with, we don't have to deal with, we're taking that burden upon ourselves unnecessarily. And if we get our minds to shift to knowing that we deserve more or we deserve better than our current circumstance, that right there will release so much and open up doors for blessings and good positive things to come to you, because you get your mind set on, oh, woe is me, my life is horrible, everything's falling apart, nothing ever works out for me. Well, yeah, nothing's ever going to work out for you because your mindset is wrong. You're in a negative, downtrodden place, so nothing good can come in that. I mean, there's so much negativity, you can't even cut it with a knife. So you have to get your mind set to think, hey, I'm in this situation, what can I do to get out of it, what can I do to better myself? And when I tell you, and I say this and I believe it with all my heart, there is not a situation in the world that can happen to you, as long as you have breath in your body and activity of your limbs, that you cannot overcome. And the people that have situations that are worse off than ours, from some things that we're going through, people are in a much worse predicament. I mean, gosh, I lost my child, but I still looked and said, there's so much other stuff going on around me. There's so many other people going through so many things that are much more tragic than what I'm dealing with. And I can see that, even in my worst situation. So there's always something that you can do. If you have activity in your limbs and breath in your body, there's always something that you will be able to do to better your situation, to get out of your situation, to move from the situation that you're in. There is a way. But so many times we get so caught up in the fog in our heads that we don't know what else to do. We just give up, we get frustrated, we get overwhelmed, and we let life overtake us. Life is not meant to overtake you. You are supposed to be conquering your life. You're supposed to be living your life. But you cannot do that if you're bogged down in the what ifs, shoulda, coulda, woulda, woe is me. And it's just it and it's all. I do not mean it to sound crucial or harsh or anything like that, because I think that my situation, nobody should ever, have a down day because I went through something so bad. It's not that. But just to say, I've been in one of the lowest places you could be in life, and I was able to bounce back. And that's not because I'm just some great person. It has a lot to do with my belief, my faith. But beyond that, I had to fight. I could have all the faith in the world. I could have all the belief in the world. Hi there, the gym. How are you? But if I did not fight for what I believed and for what I wanted, I would be under a rock somewhere in a corner in a padded cell, shaking, probably losing my mind literally. And I really truly believe that. But because I made a decision to fight, to keep my mind in the game, to stay in the world, in the land of the living, it was hard. It was not easy, but I made a decision that I was going to fight. I was not going to, let this thing take me out. that I was going through it for a reason, although I still don't understand all of it. But I went through the tragedy and the loss of my son, but I'm still here for a reason. I have a purpose beyond what I'm going through right now. And if you could just, if you know, I said I didn't have any points for the mindset matters part. I'm just kind of speaking from the heart. But if I could give you a point, it would be always in any situation, in your most terrible situation, on the worst day that you could possibly have, always think today is just terrible. It's pitiful. It can't get no worse than this. That's fine. If that's what you want to do that day, that's fine. But always keep in mind, tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow's not going to be any worse than today. It could be worse than today. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow may not be the easiest day. Tomorrow may not be the day everything just completely turns around, but tomorrow is a new day. Things are going to get better. Things are going to change. It can't stay this way forever. You could be down on your luck, out homeless. Let me just tell you guys, when my son passed away, the day we brought him home was a Monday. That same day, my husband's employer was calling him, asking him when he was returning to work. Mind you, I just went to have him on a Friday, and we got bumped because there were some other more high risk babies, mothers getting ready to, have babies, like 4 of them that were much more high risk and in turmoil than me. So they bumped my delivery to that Saturday, and I had a C-section. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday was when I got discharged due to the C-section. And my husband's employer was calling, asking him when is he coming back to work. And he explained to them, and had already explained to them in the small detail, that we, were having a complicated pregnancy all the while. Then on top of that, he explained we got bumped. So, she just had the baby on Saturday. We just got home, and we had to go to another city, like an hour and a half away, to a major hospital from where we were living at the time, to have my son. And so we had literally just gotten home, and they're calling him, asking him when is he coming back to work. He's like, hey, my son was born, and he has a terminal disorder. We don't know how long he has to live. And literally, we just got home. So long story short, he ended up losing his job. Mind you, I have a baby that's literally dying. We don't know when. We don't know how long he's going to live. He lived for 7 days, but we didn't know that at the time. And then his employer fired him. I mean, how much lower can you get in life? But had it been that we let our mind and our current circumstance overtake us, we both probably be in a padded room. We have 2 other daughters, a 7 and a 9-year-old. We had, them to fight for. And sometimes I understand people don't have any, they feel they don't have any other thing or anybody else to fight for. And sometimes you're so down and out, you don't want to fight for anybody, let alone yourself. So I just want to encourage you, if I could give you a point again, remember, today is today. Tomorrow is a whole new day, and it can't be any worse than the day that you're experiencing or the problems that you're experiencing today. So just keep in mind, if I can just make it through today, we'll worry about tomorrow, but I just need to make it through today. Then when you get to tomorrow may still feel the same. You may still have the same pain, but you got to make it through that day, and you take it one day at a time. Whatever your situation is, whatever you're going through, do not let your mind overtake you. Your mindset matters. Set your mind on today is not the end of the world. As bad as it may be, I can smile, I can laugh now, but I still cry. I still miss my baby with all my heart. I have some days and I'm just sitting like, I just don't believe this happened. Is this a dream? But I know today is that's the way I feel today, but tomorrow is a new day. And if I still feel like that tomorrow, that's fine. But I'm not going to get caught up on, this is my life. This is how I'm going to feel every day, because every day is not the same. I don't feel the same every day. I have good days. I have not so good days. I won't even say I have bad days, because I don't. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm breathing. My baby's not suffering. He came here for the purpose that he came here for. It hurts my heart to death, but I can't stop living my life because God didn't say, hey, your life is over too. Let's go. I'm still here, and I'm here for a reason and a purpose. And so for every day that I'm here, I'm going to fight, and I'm going to make the best out of my situation, and I'm going to make life work for me. Again, I'm not letting life overtake me. I am the conqueror of life. I tell life which direction to go. And so I just want to encourage you that your mindset does matter. And the way you think, the way you feel, the way you react starts in your mind. What you think is what you do. What you do is going to reveal how you feel. Just like if you are in the grocery store, somebody's in front of you, and they may or may not have an issue paying for their groceries or whatever the case may be, and you just take it upon yourself to say, hey, I'm going to pay for their groceries today. and you go ahead and say, hey, I'll take care of that, and you pay their bill. That's going to make you feel good inside. If you're human at all, that's going to make you feel good. And the reason, the purpose of you doing that anyway was probably just because you were a good person. You felt good. You felt like giving. You felt like being a blessing to someone else for whatever reason. So that's going to make you feel good inside. If you are standing in line at the grocery store and somebody else is standing behind you and you're having trouble paying for your groceries or finding your checkbook or your debit card, or something went wrong with the computer, or you had 100 items in your cart and the person behind you only had 5, and they're getting impatient, they're huffing and puffing and blowing and going on behind you and all frustrated, that's likely going to get you agitated because they're agitated. In your mind, you're thinking, what is their deal? Why are they being so inconsiderate? Then you start to get frustrated. Then you start to feel frustrated. Your mind, the way you perceive things, and how you feel, they all come together. So your mindset does matter. It does matter. Hey there, Margarita. Um, it does matter, how you process everything. So it all starts in the mind. So you get your mind together. Hey there, Crystal. You get your mind together. Hey, Frank. And then everything else will come together. So mindset does matter. And now I'm going to move on to topic number 2. And I always do a life and a business topic. For those of you that just tuned in, I hope you will watch the replay. And if any of this is resonating with you, go ahead and give me some props. And feel free to comment if anybody wants to jump on. I'm going to unlock the seat here. If anybody wants to jump on and chime in on mindset, if you have any mindset tips, or if you've had any revelations dealing with your mindset, I would love to hear.
Hi.
Hey, Margarita, did I say it right?
So, Shayla, welcome. I haven't met you before.
No, I haven't met you either. Nice to meet you.
I was really interested in Mindset Matters because I like this kind of topic that you working on your mind and training your mind to what you actually want. And of course, the second topic is the need for a business. So I'm really curious and want to ask you this question. Are you inviting us here to help us to create a business for newbies, or is it for people who already have a business?
Well, it's a good question. And if you would like, be sure to go back and watch the replay because I did explain about it in the beginning. But I am starting, and I hear that echo. Sorry about that. Not sure why it's doing that. But I am in the process of launching a startup company called Mommy Freelance, and you can go to mommyfreelance.com and find out all about Mommy Freelance. I did talk about it a little bit in the introduction, so I don't want to hold everybody up for that part. But yes, I am what you would call, I like to reach the people who are just completely new. Maybe you've never even used a computer before. I'm your girl to get you online and show you how you can get online and simple ways to make money online, whether it be freelancing, doing work from home gigs. So all of that is kind of what I do in Mommy Freelance. So yes, it's really catered to those who want to start a business or who are already in business and just want to find out more ways to make money online.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, I've been online for many years, but I am grateful for this platform of Blab. Like we can network, and even though we might not be clients or coaches or whatever for each others, but it's really cool to connect with others who are doing almost similar things that oneself, right?
Yes. I love Blab. It's an awesome platform, and I like because you can interact, and you're meeting people all over the world. Where are you calling? Where are you blabbing?
I'm blabbing from Kingston, Ontario. I'm Swedish, and I'm Margarita Crystal Lotus, and I love crystals. I love crystals, so I use them to inspire my clients, to help them let go of stress and overwhelm in their business, and
Oh, nice. Well, I'm in Seattle, Washington, so it's very nice. I love Blab because you get to meet people from all over the world. I just think that is just the neatest thing ever because I'm a people person. Love to meet people And especially meeting people from other countries and places you haven't been before. So I think that is just the most. This is like the best thing since sliced
Yeah.
bread.
And
I love it.
I'm sort of on the hunt for my guests for my show. We have a show with Heidi Harnline and myself, Margarita Cristalotis, and you can check it out, hangoutsOnConnections.com, and let me know.
Say it one more
Let me
time.
know if you're interested to come on and be a guest on our show. It's a Google Plus.
Okay. And what's the website again?
hangoutonconnections.com. And this is our replay site.
Okay.
And my if you see my profile up here, my website is thecrystalotus.com.
Okay. I got it.
So I'm gonna.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna check you out on one of the replays, and then definitely I'll connect with you on Google Plus.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with what you're doing. And maybe we can collaborate further with something. Yay!
All right, thank you. So nice to meet you. Okay, so oh, that was so nice talking to Margarita and meeting people from all over the world. I just love Blab. Anybody else who wants to hop on, have a question about Mindset Matters, feel free. If you are just tuning in, hey there, Jim, and I think Francine was in. If you didn't catch the beginning, please do watch the replay. I'll probably be on here another 15-20 minutes. 15 probably at the most, maybe 10. Finishing up topic number 2, I'm on Blab every Friday at 11 a.m. and I always do a life and a business topic. So our life topic with Mindset Matters, talking about your mindset and how your mind is where everything starts, and then what you perceive, what you pull in visually from what you see, what you're watching on TV, and then also the environment and the people that you surround yourself with have a lot to do with your mindset, because the way people make you feel, the way environments make you feel, and then the way you project things, it all starts in your mind. Hey there, Francine. And
Hey,
then
how are you?
we are going to move on to topic number 2 here shortly. Hi, how are
Good.
you? Nice to meet you. Where are you blabbing
Sacramento,
from?
California.
Oh, cool. I'm in
Oh, good. So
Seattle.
you're still on the West
So we're
Coast.
almost neighbors. Yes. Actually, just moved back here. I've been in Arkansas. We have lived in Georgia and Houston over the last 2 years. So, yes, back in
Oh,
Seattle.
good. So what are we talking about? Mindset Matters and why you need a business?
Yes, so I always do a life and a business topic every Friday when I do Blab. And so we just wrapped up Mindset Matters, just basically talking about your mindset. Everything starts in the mind, and the things that you visualize, you see, you watch on TV, the environments, and the people that you hang around, how all of that affects your mindset and the way you perceive things and then the way you project it out. And so we're just about to start into why you need a business. But if you have something to say about mindset or any input, I'd love to hear it.
Well, no, go ahead. I want to go in why you need a business. I want to hear this.
Okay. Great. So in the beginning, I did talk a little bit about my company, which is a startup company, Mommy Freelance, and you can find me on mommyfreelance.com. And we will be launching next month in October. And basically, Mommy Freelance is a freelance platform to where it's for work-at-home moms, stay-at-home moms, or women in general who are working and just want to create an additional income or an income that's going to allow them to stay at home. And so we have 4 divisions in there, and I'll let you go to the website. So I don't want to keep explaining that. People think I'm just repeating myself. But the whole premise is basically showing you how you can get online, and everybody should be online. That is my number one thing. I'm actually working on an ebook. Um, and it's just basically 5 steps to get you online and to start making money online. It's really simple. And I think a lot of times we complicate the issue. And people start a business because they want to make money, but that's not the only reason you should have a business or need a business. There's tax benefits, not a CPA, not a lawyer, so I'm not giving any tax or legal advice, but there are lots of tax benefits from having a business and being at home and being a business owner. There's so much stuff that you get to write off, speaking from my own experience. Um, and so anybody and everybody who's making income or making money, who doesn't want a tax benefit? We pay taxes, we're taxed on pretty much everything, unless you live in Oregon.
Yeah.
But the tax benefits for having a business are very great, and so it's almost a no-brainer. Even if you just want to bring down your tax liabilities, having a home-based business is the way to go. So that's one reason you need a business, just for the tax benefits. Then we go into creating an additional income. Unless you're, and I'm saying this, but it's really not true, but I'm going to say it. Unless you're Bill Gates or whomever, that has all this money, why do you not want to create an additional income? And now let me reverse that, because even the people that we know that are millionaires, billionaires, and there's some trillionaires out there, they are all doing things to create additional income. It's not ever that you can have too much money. I don't think that's true. And to each their own opinion. But everybody, even those who are rich, are looking for ways to create additional income. So if you're looking for a simple, easy way to create an additional income, starting online, having a web-based business, is something you need to do, something you need to look into. And most people figure, hey, I go to my 9 to 5, I make a pretty good income, I have disposable income, I'm okay. And if you really feel that way, that's fine. But there's nothing wrong or nothing that's going to take up so much of your time that you can't have an online business. And so for those who don't know where to start or where to get started, it just basically starts with putting up a website, getting your domain name. And I'm just going to say this is in my ebook. Everybody should own their name. Whatever your name is, Sally Johnson, whatever. You should own your name in some form. SallyJohnson.com, SallyJohnson.net, SallyJohnson.biz, whatever it is. You should own your name.
Yes.
Tina Turner said it best. She left Ike. She said he can keep it all. He can have everything, but I'm keeping the name. You should own your name. If you don't own anything else, buy your domain name. And then I encourage you to buy your kids' domain names as well. My little girls, I have two, 7 and 9 years old. They have a little jewelry business, and their domain names are owned. We have purchased them and bought them. When they get older, they want to have businesses or whatever the case may be. They'll have that. There's so many .edus, .biz, whatever. There's so many. There's some new ones that have just been released. So there's no excuse, no reason why. Everybody should own their name. That's where it starts. And then once you get your name, you get a simple WordPress website. And I know I'm going to lose everybody now because oh, website, oh my gosh, I don't want to pay for that, or I don't know how to do that. Inside Mommy Freelance, that is one of the first things we will be teaching is how to install and get started on your WordPress blog or website. They're kind of interchangeable, but the same thing basically. And a simple way to do that. That is a skill that you now have because you know how to do what a lot of people don't, especially if they're not web or techie people. Now you know how to install WordPress. You can go forward and start making websites for other people just by installing WordPress. That's, you can do it for as simple as $25. You're just installing it. And that's $25. You do that a couple times a week, you could create $500 a month just installing WordPress website. And then you learn, other skills beyond that. And now you can start developing and building websites for your churches, for community organizations, for nonprofits. It's the simplest little things, but it's just a matter of us thinking outside of our head space and saying, well, what can I do to generate an income? Something that simple. So if it's easy to get a business or to have a business, then what's stopping you from doing it? So we have the tax benefits, the business of owning your own name, because people know you before they know anything else about you or your business. They know your name, and then being able to get online with the website. Now you're able to install a website because we will teach you that skill within Mommy Freelance. So now you have 4 benefits of having a business, and then on the end, the last one, being able to install those WordPress websites. Now you have a way to generate an income. So those are just my few small reasons for why I think you need to have a business, because it all leads to you having an additional income. And again, I don't know anybody who's turning down money, especially if you can make it on autopilot, which is something else we'll teach, or if you can make it as simple as just getting online with your name. Hey there, Sharice. Hope I pronounced that
yeah,
right.
Cerise. I talked with her last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Blab is addictive.
Yes, it is. Hey, Cerise.
And it's for you health, 14 health, for you, 14 you health. Hi there. I'm butchering all the names. But yes, so we talked about mindset, why I, in my opinion, think you need a business for tax purposes, for the benefit of, you having your own platform, which is getting your name as a domain, and then for you being able to do something as simple as make money installing WordPress website, something that for a long time I paid people to do that for me because I had no clue, and I was like, I don't have time to learn it, I don't want to learn it, it's too difficult. But as a freelancer, that's one skill I think all freelancers should know. If you're doing anything on the technical side or administrative side of freelancing, it's just a benefit for you. And then people think, well, where do I get clients or how do I find clients? If I do learn how to install the WordPress, which is really simple, just the basics, going to your churches in your community, community organizations, um, nonprofits are really, really big on freelancers because they don't necessarily always have it in their budget to hire a big tech company or a tech person or a tech guru. So somebody that can do something as simple as put together a WordPress website for them. That's going to be a big plus, and that's something you can get paid for over and over again. You can do it from home. It takes you 10 to 15 minutes. If you then can install it, then you can start doing upsells, and you can add content for them, the images for them. You can write a blog for them. And people, if you don't know, writing, there's so much money in freelance writing. I love to write, but I always have to get somebody to edit for me because I write like I talk, and so sometimes it all runs together. But if you are a writer, if you have a passion for writing, you don't have to be the best writer. If you can just write simple commentary, even controversial content is a big seller. There's so many gigs for being able to write blogs and blog content and stuff that can be recycled and resold, and that's a whole nother business idea too. But inside Mommy Freelance, we'll be teaching all of that. And basically, we want to teach you how to make money from home online, put it on autopilot for those who have a job. And I'm not, I want to put this out there because I see this a lot. I have nothing against working a job. I worked several jobs, a lot of jobs in my life. So I have nothing against that. And if you want to keep your job and continue to work your job, that's fine. But then you have this other income that is on autopilot for you because you have set it up with your domain name. You have set it up, you have put your WordPress together, and you don't have to pay anybody to do that for you because we teach you how if you don't already know. And then it's on autopilot and it just runs for you. Even something as simple as having an ebook of information that somebody else wants to know, an information product is a great way to start off making money online. So those are my why you need a business and how having a business can benefit you. And do you have any comments, Francine, or any tips
Yeah,
or
I think so.
anything to
I
add?
think when people go into wanting a business or wanting to or looking to start a business, their motive for doing it is going to play a big role in it. What I found out that is, if I don't solve a problem for someone, I shouldn't be getting paid. I need to be
Exactly.
solving some problems. When I think about Henry Ford, even Steve Jobs, they weren't out looking for the dollars. They were out looking to solve a problem for people. They wanted to, in Henry Ford's case, he wanted to help people get from point A to point B.
Hmm.
Okay. Steve Jobs wanted to make sure that, bring the computer where everybody could use it. They weren't out looking for the millions out the gate. They weren't going for the money. They were going to solve a problem to help someone else. So if we're going to go into business, I think our motive for doing it is find out what's in your own house. What can you do to help somebody with the resources that you have around you?
That's good. That's good. And you made a good point about the millions. I think there was a whole bunch of hype, and I mean, it may still be going on, but I hear more people now say everybody doesn't want to be a millionaire. And you think about that, and it's true. Everybody doesn't. I mean, being a millionaire now is kind of almost nobody's striving to be a millionaire necessarily. People are striving to be billionaires now for those who, want to go to that next level. So it's not even about becoming a millionaire or making millions. It is about solving a problem, as you said. And I think everybody has something that they're good at that they could use as a benefit to solve a problem for someone else. Even if it's simply down to not wanting to do something. Somebody doesn't want to do a task or doesn't have time to do a task, and you love getting things done, or you're very organized, or you're good at completing tasks in a timely fashion. You have now created a business for yourself, which in turn does create an income for you because nobody just wants to work for free. We volunteer when we want to do things for free, but it's not about I'm just going to start this business to make money. I'm in it for the problem that I can solve, which in turn is going to pay you. So yes, you definitely have to think about what you are doing. And I think it's, oh gosh, I want to say Zig Ziglar, and I may be saying the wrong person, but yes, Zig Ziglar. If you help the more people, if you help enough people, or the more people you help, the more you'll be able to get the things that you want
Yeah,
out of life.
when
And
you
that's
help other
paraphrasing,
people
not
get
the
what
exact
they
version.
want, you'll get what you
Yes,
want. Yeah. And
yes,
that is absolutely correct. You have got to figure out what it is that you do best. Don't be doing everything. Pick
yes,
something.
yes,
Pick one thing and get good at that one thing. Sharice and I talked about that yesterday, is picking the one thing that you can be good at, it, and help somebody else do that. Not all
yes.
over the map, but finding that
Hey,
one,
Coach Karen.
having that one good thing that you can do, and be good at it. Um, it really is going to help others a lot, and you'll get paid in the process, because like I'm not I am not doing my own hair. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to try to figure out how to do the angle cut and how to make it. I'm not doing all of that. Let me call Connie,
Yes.
who's my hairdresser. Let me call Connie or Dakista, one of them. I'm like, okay, can I come see you? I'm not doing my own hair. That's like the doctor laying on the table. Okay, I'm gonna do my own surgery today. Let's see, can I get the
Yes.
incision? Let it be okay with paying somebody to do what
Yes.
they do best, and other people will pay you for what you do best. Everybody's
Yes.
not going to be your
I
customer
agree.
either when you come into business.
Yes, that's very important. Hey there, Veronica. Hey, Drea. And I think I got everybody. Yes, and that was something that frustrated me. And I've been doing business online for a long time. I mean, gosh, I can remember back to 2009, probably earlier than that, but definitely 2009, I started out. But I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset. I've worked, like I said, several jobs, and I always do my job. I always do good at my job, whoever I'm working for. I worked at Walmart more than once. I worked, my first job out of high school was a recreational assistant at a Boys and Girls Club. Then I did fast food. So I worked in a little bit of everywhere. I've done healthcare, a lot of healthcare. I went to school for healthcare things. And I always do my job, but it came to a point always where I wasn't happy there for some reason. And then just recently, I worked in a bank back before I moved back to Seattle when I was in Arkansas, and I was pregnant at the time, and I always had really rough, complicated pregnancies with morning sickness and everything. But something just hit me, and it was like a ton of bricks. And I'm sitting there listening to the coworkers discuss this and that, and I had only been there probably a couple months, and they were just talking about lunch breaks and lunches, and I was just listening, and I was like, do you real? I'm saying to myself, do you realize they tell you that you got 30 minutes to go eat? And then after that 30 minutes is up, whether you're done or not, whether you feel like it or not, you got to go back to work. I don't like that. Do not tell me how long I have to eat. Do not rush me about eating. And then I'm pregnant. I can't take a nap after I eat. Like, that was a problem for
Yeah.
me. And that is when I was like, I will never, ever, 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 if I can help it. Now, I have nothing against jobs. I have nothing against people working a job. I'm not telling you to quit your job. But for me, that just was like a light bulb. And I had gone through this. That wasn't, I wasn't in business at that time. I was going through a very rough and complicated pregnancy. And my baby was sick while I was pregnant, and just a whole bunch going on. But in my mind, I knew I am not meant to work for an employer. This is not for me. I'm not telling nobody to quit their job. Don't write me, email me saying you quit your job and it's my fault. I didn't, that's not what I'm saying. But for me, in my heart and my mind, I'm just not meant to work for an employer. There's too many restrictions. And as an employer, that's your company. You set the rules, you set the tone, that's fine. And it may work for other people, but for me, I have a problem with you telling me I can or I can't, especially when I'm doing my job. I'm doing a good job. I'm not cheating the time clock. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm where I'm supposed to be on time. But there's just some things in there that seem like they could be a lot more flexible than they are. But because it's an employer, you're an employee, that's just the way it's set up. So I just thought about
Yeah.
that. But when you were saying about not everybody's not your customer, that was a hard one for me to swallow when I first started out in business, because I was like, well, why wouldn't they want my product? Why don't they want to do what I'm doing? Or why won't they join what I'm offering? And it took me a while to get my mindset wrapped around that everybody is not your client. And the way you deliver something out of your mouth, the way you say it, the way you um, represent or present things to people, somebody else may be able to reach that person better than you or in a way that they need to that you can't. And so once I realized that, business ran so much smoother. I didn't get upset. I didn't get frustrated. Friendships didn't get messed up because I'm like, well, you're my friend for 25 years and you're not going to buy my product. We ain't friends. No, I got away from that immature business mindset.
Yeah.
So I think that's key and very important for people to know. Everybody is not your ideal client.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hop off because I got another appointment to head to. But I think Miss Sharice in there, she's got some tips on business that she can the tea for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
If anybody else wants to hop on,
Sharice, you need to hop on in that seat. You got something to say. So thank you for allowing me to share for a little bit. Yeah, have some fun. And today's Friday. Get out there, have some fun, get some rest. And Sharice will talk to you about that during in our busy schedules. Make some time for some rest. Okay, thank you all so much. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. And I see T for you health. If I'm saying that correctly. This chick text is giving out knowledge nuggets again. Pay people for what they do best. Yes, I think that's very, very key, very important. If you're not good at something or something is not your cup of tea, why frustrate yourself? Why put yourself through it? Pay somebody else to do it. Hey there, Coach Karen. Welcome. You're welcome to hop on. We have Sharice hopping on here.
Hey! Hi! Hi!
Hi, how are you? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, because I have I haven't purchased a really good quality mic yet.
Oh, I can hear you good. It sounds really good.
Good,
really
good. So, because I was on a Blab yesterday with Francine, and we were talking about rest, and so I have to make sure that my equipment is working properly. But yeah, so mindset matters. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Sherry.
Karen. It really does. I mean, you really have to have a winner's mindset. When you're talking about owning a business, you're talking about as Francine said, serving and resolving a problem, solving a problem for someone. You have to have a winner's mindset, because if you go forth, like you were saying, as a freelance writer or, anything like that, the way that you present yourself to your prospective customer is everything. If they don't feel like you're confident in your skill, they are not going to hire you. They're not going to hire you. So your mindset really plays a big part in your success. And then point number 2, as you said, Shayla, why you need a business. I really encourage people to open their minds to getting out of that traditional 9 to 5. I have a 9 to 5. I'm not working it today, as you can see. I'm off today, but I think that more of us have to open up our minds to entrepreneurship and really saying there's a different way. There's another way to make a living besides, going. But that's what we're all trained to do. Get your good grades, go to college, get your good grades in college, get a good job, not any job, get a good job where you can climb the corporate ladder and bust the glass ceilings and all of those types of things. And that's what you do. And you pray that no one ever comes down with a letter, saying that you're, or box, saying that you're free. And that's what you do. So most of our society, when you introduce them to entrepreneur, oh no, that's for a special type of person. That's what I hear all the time. It's like, Sharice, that's because you have that personality. And but you don't have to be from planet Mars to start a business. It's really what you said, Shayla. It's about the mindset. When you have a strong mindset and your mind is open to another way, a different way, you can have a successful business. Coach Karen, come on in here, girl.
Oh boy, I say that too. And one of the things, years ago, I was on another blog just now, and we were talking about what I do in budgeting and stuff. And one of the things that I like, because I can't knock employment because I do have a couple of employees.
Right.
And I encourage them because I think sometimes when people are at work and they're miserable, it's because they can't see any other way.
Right.
But if you have a job and you know that you're doing some little thing on the side, I encourage people all the time. Some little thing on the side, then there's this light that shines at the end for you. So you're not devastated or worried what's next, especially for low-level jobs. Low-level jobs, people,
there she is.
Everybody, it makes you feel sometimes, I'm frozen?
You're active now, but you had frozen. You froze
okay.
Like it was a steel shot.
Yeah. And, sometimes it makes them feel like they have nowhere else to go. So I always encourage, if you have a full-time job, even if you don't want to go fully into business, just do a little bit of something on the side, because it just helps you feel better about yourself and moving forward, and let you see that because each and every one of us have such great things to offer, right?
Yes.
Even when you don't realize you do. Hello.
Didia?
You can't call your name. I can't pronounce your name.
Is it Didia 616?
Hi.
Welcome. How are you, sir? Coach Karen is spitting some knowledge here on mindset and getting started.
You're from?
You don't speak English?
Half and half.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so,
You're from?
Say again?
What did you say, Didia?
I am Egyptian.
I don't understand. Did you guys get
We don't
that?
understand.
Are you able to type into the chat if you have a question?
From?
Yeah, go ahead and type. Can you type into the chat section if you have a question or comment?
Yeah. Because I don't
Not
know
sure
what he
what's
was.
going on there.
I wasn't sure what he was saying.
No, I wasn't sure either.
Yeah.
But you were saying just having the openness of mind to try something.
Because each and every one of us just have something to give. And somebody who needs it, right? I mean, people say that to me all the time, but lots of time before, I just doubt it. I doubt sometimes. And that happens to me even though I run a different business than my online business. You even doubt sometimes when you're in one type of business, how you can help in the other type of business.
Right.
Because you know that it's a need. And Tiffany was in another blog I was in, and was talking about that. There's a need. And in my case, because I teach budgeting and help people with overwhelm, getting productivity and getting things moving, because I'm good in that area. Even though it's a need, sometimes you're trying to figure out how to offer it, how people will receive it. It's a need, and lots of times you're hearing, at least in my Facebook group, that people rather buy wants versus need. It took me a while to wrap my head around this idea. And I think that had me stuck for a while. It's like, why would you not want to fulfill your needs first and then your wants?
Yes.
Just couldn't.
Decent it in order, right?
Yeah, I've seen it in this order, but it's not so, And I started talking to a couple of friends, and she'll buy a dress that she doesn't need. Like that's how the discussion came up, right? I was like, but the dress doesn't fit your body type, for instance, because we were talking about dressing. And I was like, it doesn't fit your body type. Why would you buy it? She's like, well, everybody's wearing that dress. I'm like, but it's not for you. It don't fit your shape well. The color don't work well. And everybody knows me. If you're my friend, I'm a straight shooter. So you're going to get it straight. Don't buy the dress. So, of course, she bought the dress. And she took the dress home. And then she took back the dress to the store because the dress did not look good on her. But that was a want. Versus at the time, she had a different need. I'm not going to go into it, but she did not look
right. Right. But then,
Wow.
don't you think, Shayla and Coach Karen, that tying in with your example about the dress, that, you know, when you talk about entrepreneurship versus employment, that it's really kind of finding out if it's for you. I guess what I was saying earlier was that to say that, oh, Sharice, you can do it because you've got, you know, this kind of personality trait or this kind of disposition, but a lot of people won't even try, you know, because they have been so conditioned mentally that I have to be an employee. That's what everybody does. Like she said, everybody's wearing this dress, you know, so I've got to get the dress, whether it's flattering on me or not, you know, because that's what everybody's doing. You know, that's what you do.
Yes. And that was foreign to me. Like I keep saying, I had my first job at 26. So I've always been in business. So it was hard for me to understand the other way around. I was originally born in Guyana. So a job, really, most of us don't have a job. And we might come out of school, finish university, like graduated. I had a cousin. He was a doctor. He went to school, everything, and he owned several barbershops because businesses just are a thing. So if you went into his barbershop, you wouldn't know that he's a doctor. You wouldn't know that he is the guy that...
It's kind of freezing again, Coach Karen.
I'm going to come out and come back in there.
It's freezing in the
I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
I don't know
either.
Hi,
keep talking, though. Because we can hear you.
How are you?
And so...
I can see Karen. I can see her. It's not freezing over here. I'm not sure.
Where did everybody go? I only see audio only.
Wow. I see you.
I see everybody.
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh and come back in. Maybe it's just my signal is bad.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pop out and pop back in.
Yeah, I can see everybody.
Yeah, I can see everybody too.
And Reverend Noreen, did you have some comments or anything you wanted to share?
I did. When she was talking about entrepreneurship, when I was coming up, I'm 58 years old, and my parents was always taught us, get a government job. You'll be secure. Don't forget about your pension. You know, they did not teach us about entrepreneurship. We really didn't, our focus wasn't that. It was get a government job, be secure. They worked in government, so we had to work in government. But the difference is that they pressed education so that we can do a little bit better than them. But as far as I didn't know anything, like you said, you didn't start to have your first job until you was 26, and I had mine at 22 after I received my master's. So, and I thought that was a waste because I don't even do exactly what I do until I went, to venture into not being locked into a government job with, if they like you, and you're at a cap because you're smarter than them. So I got wise and said, no, I'm going to keep this job, but I'm going to have another stream of income.
There you go. Yeah.
See, we wasn't taught that. We was taught, well, you be good and you work for these people. And you just, yes. And I said to myself, well, I want to be able to, I wanted to be able to make some more money. And how am I going to do that? And so with the gifts inside of us, once we tap into it.
We're born with it. It's inside there. I mean, I get all excited because it's there. And I feel And I'm the first person, because I love education, I've taught and all that stuff. And I'll be the first person to say, yes, you need education. It's good for you. It's all the other things I'm not going to go through that But that only enhanced what we were born with. All the things that I have done without an education had brought me more money than my education.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me giving people what I had inside, what is needed for them. And that was it, and the education just enhanced. It allowed me, probably, I will say this, to write a little better in some areas. But I've given people things that I've written and have them rework it for me because it didn't line up, or I didn't think it lined up with what people need to see. And then it got back to me, for example, an ebook I wrote. And I thought to myself, boy, people are paying her to do this. And I myself paid her. This is crazy, because the stuff I got back made no sense whatsoever. She totally took what I sent over to her and do God knows what, but it didn't deliver the message. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure they have good people that does this stuff. But I didn't know the time, and I got recommended to her, and it just didn't work out. And so I know what's inside of me is great. I know I was born with the things that I need to help people with. And don't get me wrong, I know I question myself at times, and we all do. But it's really there. We were born with it. Everything else is just an add-on and, enhancer to us. It really is. My dad said what the Reverend was saying, Noreen, if you get a government job, when I came to Canada, he said, you're going to be secure for pension. That was his preaching. You're going to get pension. And when I didn't go into the field, he said to me, so now what are you going to do for pension?
Yeah, but we had to. It had to be awakened in me to say. So I'm right now being on a job for 17 years, but yet being an entrepreneur for 4. It balances now because I don't. I'm keeping this. This is what I'm saying to myself is I'm keeping this government job so that I could have benefits. But I'm doing my own thing when it comes to 2 other streams of income. And if we could get people to get out of the comfort zone of, I need to hold on to this. If they say to me today, Normie, you ain't got no job, I will not be uneasy because of the fact that I have 2 other streams of income that is going to take care of my necessities, and I won't be poor.
Right. Yeah.
But a lot of people don't think about the other income that could be put away, and we have to learn how to save our money, sacrifice some things, and we'll be able to, instead of us getting out of the mindset of I want me a new car as soon as I can get out of this hoopty, I'm gonna get me. We so into materialistic, but that will come down the line. But your first 5 years of being an entrepreneur and you only have 1 stream of income, you are grinding. I was grinding.
Yes.
I didn't always
and you can't pass that. You just can't get there without the grind. You have to put in the time. It doesn't matter who's helping you. You have to put in the time. I say you can start a business without any money, but you can need money to grow that business. And that's the truth.
And ladies, I have Dante on here, and I want to let him chime in for multiple reasons, but Dante and I were in another business together way back when. But he is still trucking away in his business. I see him online and see what he's doing, and I've listened to him on a couple other blabs as well. Too. So just to get even a male's point of view of it, because there's this whole thing with women and mindset. And if you guys are not familiar with Carol Sankar, please check her out. She's on Blab almost every day, Monday through Friday. And it talks about women and confidence and how our mindset and the way we approach things in business and in life are just so different than men. And that keeps us from prospering a lot of times because of the way that we perceive things. And we don't have the confidence that we should have to basically take a seat at the table, even asking for pay raises if you work a job, or even just taking a chance on yourself in business. But I would love to hear what you have to say about either mindset or being in business. Dante, take it away.
Yeah, females do. They think different, and I think some females don't act in the way they should act in business because you got to act in your strengths. And a lot of females are like, they say they independent and things like that. That's cool, but you have to act in your strength. I'm not saying that you can't be independent, right? I'm just saying that your strength as a female is using the power of influence, right? So if you're not acting in that strength, then you're gonna act in ultimately like the weakness. And I think that's where people, women get stuck at, right?
Take your hands from your mouth, Dante, so we can hear you.
I got a lot of women, like females on my team, so that's what I think. So when you ask them for like a pay raise, you should do it in a way like a different type of way, right? Because you're going to work in your strengths as far as the power of influence. All women have that power, right? You don't have to have like the dominant power. That's not like natural for a woman to have like that dominant. That's what a male. That's what a male. That's how a male should act. But the power of influence is equally important, right? And equally strong. So if you work in that aspect in any part of your business, it'll be easier for you to really succeed like quickly, right? Because that's pretty much it just depends on what you're trying to do in business. If you're trying to do an MLM or anything like that, women can recruit quicker than men, right? We got to do extra steps to get people into business. We just got to, right? And that means that we got to work a little bit harder than the female does in business. But it still can be accomplished very, very quick. So I just find females to get in business with me, and then I work with them. You know? But ultimately, a lot of people in business they think they can't do things. They feel that they can't succeed they don't have the vision, right? They have the dream, but they'll say that it's too far away from them, right? Or I have to work too hard, I have to sacrifice and stuff like that. And or I don't have any money, right? I got kids, you don't understand, or something like that, right? That's the ultimate, like that's like one of the most common excuses that I come across. And I always tell people profits are better than wages, right? So I can teach anybody how to make a profit. Hell, I can teach a 6-year-old kid how to make a profit, right? Buy 2 bikes, one to ride and one to rent, right? So you make a profit, right? So it's just a mindset that everybody has, like anybody. It really doesn't matter, but everybody ultimately makes excuses of why they can't succeed instead of just doing something or failing fast. It's like the fear of failure. People have a dream, but they don't want to go after the dream, right? And you got to understand that God, if God gave you a dream, He also gave you the corresponding ability to achieve that dream. You get what I'm saying? So
I believe that.
Right. So you can have a desire, like a desire of wanting your heart, if you can achieve it. And most people fail to understand that or realize that. So they ultimately go back to their comfort zone and stay where they're at because it's comfortable. That's what they're used to. So, yeah, that's pretty much just a little small part about what I think about business and how people act. But it's ultimately up to them.
What do you think about everyone? Because I always do a life topic and a business topic. So the business topic is why you need a business. I believe that everybody needs a business, not necessarily to say that everybody is meant to be a business owner, but that all goes back to mindset. So what are your thoughts about everybody needing a business and how that can benefit them by being in some type of business, whether MLM or whatever?
A business, yeah. If you do a home-based business, you can easily write stuff on taxes, and you actually end up saving money, right? Yeah. That's one thing. Also, if you, I put this topic out there yesterday. If you treat a lot of people ultimately say, and this is majority of people, they always say treat your business like a business, and treat your if you treat your business like a business, it'll pay you like a business, right? Mm-hmm. You treat your job like a job, it's gonna pay you like a job. I disagree with that 100%, like 1,000%. I treat my business like a job, right? And the reason why is because majority of people that running a business are not business people, right? We ultimately come from a job. Because if we were business people, we would all be rich right now. Because we already had a business mindset. That doesn't mean we have the business mindset, but ultimately when we first start off a home business or something like that, we have a working mindset. We have an employee mindset. And if you use that strength that you have in your own business and work for yourself 8 hours a day, right? Ultimately, you will have that business mindset. You will have that strong. You will ultimately have a lot of money because you put in the same amount of energy that you will put into a job in your own business, and there's no cap on your income at that point, right? And then you'll have time at that point. You have time freedom to think about other things. Like for me, I'm still working. I'm still grinding, right? But I have time to do other things. And I have time to think about like my finances now, and credit and stuff. Like I didn't care about credit. Like I was just being honest. I didn't care. The only thing I cared about is getting. If I make a lot of money, I can pay for whatever I want to pay for and take care of that on the back end. Like that was my whole thing, right? Like because I didn't have anything. That's the only reason why. Like when you.
But now you're finding that that's not true.
No. Yeah, it's not true. But ultimately, you have to evolve. So I can go and buy some stuff and just go and pay cash and don't care about credit. But if you want to grow a business quicker, right, or fast, you would want to have credit, right? So
absolutely, you can't do anything without credit. In these days and times, I have 3 employees, and trust me, I do not. We do credit checks now, and because I don't want anyone who is going to be super desperate and not responsible. They do that across the board now. So if you're looking at becoming a large business, with 20 or 40 or whatever your goal might be to employ, look, credit is the main thing, and that's the first thing that anybody does when you need to get some. I don't care if you only have one American Express card, you need to have your credit intact. It's so easy these days to do stuff that to get your credit. If you're rating for your business, anybody can get an EIN number. I'm in New York, so you can get an EIN number anywhere, but at any time. But when it comes to opening up business accounts and doing all this shit to get legitimate, they're going to look at that credit. Because I couldn't understand for the life of me why people who have businesses and they don't have a business check.
Right.
Because some people don't even have a business account, right? I got a video on YouTube where I talk about if you're in business, it is your job for the first 3 to 5 years. Because that's disciplining yourself to get up in the morning and do what you have to do. I'm fully scheduled. I run 3 businesses, and I'm fully scheduled up on my wall.
You have a bank account, though. But you have a bank account. You don't have.
But some people don't register their business, so they don't have a business bank account.
And that's my point. They want to get that fast money. But what would make us legitimate is that I could speak here in New York. Mine is I have a 501c3 and we are handling business. So if I ask for in-kind service from, and I want to collaborate, not with Pops and a barbershop, but with Cornell University, you're going to have to make some presentations to represent your company and what you're going to bring to them.
Yeah.
And they're going to say you're going to get thousands of dollars being filtered into your business. Then guess what? They want to see that you have a legitimate bank account that says your business, Davis Agency, in it, and they can find you on the internet.
For me, I'm talking about like for majority of people that start online businesses, the reason why they start online business is because they don't have enough money to do nothing, right? And they tired of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
But don't you look for grants and things of that sort that might benefit you to do that?
Nope.
They have business for.
I'm thinking about the math. I'm not thinking.
But whatever, if you're going to go business loan and grant, then there's a lot of people start a business without a business plan, right? And checking it out to see. So they're at least Canada's a little different with, you have to have all those things to be able to apply for the grant. Period.
No,
I'm talking about people that have a job and they're tired of doing what they're doing and ultimately trying to find a way out of that.
Yeah.
That ain't nobody thinking about a business loan, a grant. Ain't nobody thinking about a bank account. Ain't nobody thinking about credit. Ain't nobody thinking about none of that. They think about the situation that I'm in is already messed up. How can I get out of this situation, right? So for me, I was homeless. I didn't have nothing. I had 2 suitcases. I didn't even have a bed. I slept on a sofa, right? So I was thinking, how the hell can I get up out of this? I don't care about credit. I don't care. Listen, I'll make enough money by the end of the year. That my goal was like, this is my goal. I'll make enough money by the end of the year. I won't have to care about credit. Who cares about credit right now when I'm sleeping on this dude's couch over here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about that, right? And
that's honest.
It's a lot of people not in that situation, but it's a lot of people trying to get out of the situation they're in. So they're not caring about that right now. So, and that takes time because they're not business people, right? They don't have the business mindset. And that's okay. You don't have to have a business mindset. What I was saying was if you have the job mindset and you apply it to your business, ultimately you can grow to the business mindset and you can do all that later.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If you put the hours in and put the hours in to do the work that's going to separate you, you don't have to have talent at this point. Because talent is, you see what I'm saying? Hard work beats talent. Hard work beats talent that don't work hard. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to have like business mindset. You don't have to have all this glamour with everybody, like the gurus and all this stuff. You don't have to have it. You just got to work harder than the next person. If I see that this person is making the money that I desire, I'm just going to work harder than him. I know that I don't have the experience. I'm just going to do times 3 of what he did, times 4 of what he did, right? And the exact same thing. So after that, like experience of doing that for like 40 hours a day, 4 hours a week and all this good stuff, 50, 60 hours a week, then what are you going to do when you get the money? Like after you get the money, what are your plans to do, right? That's when that's when the business mindset starts to kick in as far as I need to learn this stuff, right? Because people ain't think about that right now. If you ask anybody, I can get out the panel and we can ask anybody who just stepped in the room if they just start a business. They ain't think about that, right?
It depends on the person, though. It depends on that person. Everybody
because I didn't think about that when I first started.
I'm thinking about the masses. I'm not thinking about like a couple. Of course, you're gonna have one. Right.
I did the same thing as you did. Yeah. I was like, how am I going to get another stream of income?
Yeah, like, ain't nobody think about that. Like the masses, I'm talking about the masses. You're going to have people, There's always going to be somebody doing something different, right? But the masses is like, that's what people thinking about. So after you get the money, then your whole thing is, okay, how do I like for me, I'm not a financial person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about none of that, right? I would rather pay somebody to do it for me and don't think about it. I don't even care to know about I don't even know half of my business. I don't care to know. Y'all want to know about my business, right?
You better know. You better know. You gonna know.
No, I just need to know somebody who knows, and you take care of that for me, right? That's all I need to know. But for the financial side of things, I just started to learn how to leverage money and get stuff for free. I just learned that, right? I just learned how to get stuff for free. I'm like, oh, okay. You see, I got coaches now who like, hey, listen, I bought this Tesla, this $100,000 car for free. How do you get the car for free, Doc? Like that's why how do you get a $100,000 car for free? And so we're like, oh yeah, if you get a loan, like get it financed, you can keep your $100,000 and buy an asset with it and have the asset pay for the car, and then and the asset pay for the car, and you still got your money in the bank. I was like, oh, okay. So after you pay for the car, then what? You make profit off of it. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I didn't know. I didn't think about that. I just I'll go and buy something cash, right? Like the car that I got, I was like, let me get the cash. My credit messed up. Don't look at my credit. How much is the car? I want it. Let's do it, right? That's how I thought, right?
Right.
But I was losing money at that point. I didn't know it. You see what I'm saying? I could have used the money
the car process.
Right. I could have used the money for the car as leverage to pay it off, and I would have had the money in the bank, and I would have been in profit. I didn't know that, right? So,
and you would have been building up your credit,
right?
All at the same time.
I'm saying, like I didn't know that. I didn't care enough, right? But now you grow and you learn, and that's what the business part is about. That's why you see like the rappers and stuff like Jay-Z, you see 50 Cent, and all these people. They didn't know about business. They was on the street just like me, right? And they didn't care about business. They care about making that money first.
Yep.
And then people came into their lives to help them out, right? Just like a majority of people look for a mentor or a coach or anything like that. You can't pick a mentor. You can't pick a coach, right? Unless you're going to pay them a top dollar, whatever, right? But you still ultimately can't pick them. They have to pick you. They have to choose you. You get what I'm saying? And
absolutely. I have two coaches, and absolutely, one's for business and one's for ministry. And and believe me, and it is hell dealing with them.
Right.
Because you be like feeling stupid. You be like, what?
That's good.
I missed it? I thought I knew. You don't know. So, you need, yeah.
I just met a guy yesterday on Blab. Matter of fact, was like crazy multi-millionaire. Never knew he was a multi-millionaire, right? Can't do research on him. But he was showing me how to increase my business. Like, and he stays in the same city. I mean, I was amped. Like, he was like, we can go and have some drinks. Are you serious? You want to drink? Like,
I mean, this platform is like wonderful. To meet people, and I only been on Blab for about 5 days or 6 days. I got followers. I went, what? You know, that kind of thing. But my thing is that it is a wealth of information on here. Right. A wealth of information on here. Wealth. I'm telling you. I enjoy it. So it was nice meeting everybody. I'm trying to get ready for a class, so I will holler at you guys. I'll follow you guys.
For coming on. It was nice to meet you, and I believe I'm following you now on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm following you, Dante. I love your spirit. He was like, I'm telling you the truth. This is it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, guys, y'all have a really great day, okay? Bye. And I'll see you all around the Blab.
I don't know if anybody else wants to jump on. I'm going to wrap it up here. I've been on since 11, and that's the one thing with Blab. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't Periscope because my phone is so old. It doesn't even let me do the app or whatever it is. Yeah, on my phone. So I'm getting a new phone. I just yet until I launch. So Mommy Freelance has their lunch next month. But I love Blab, and I'm probably going to stay on this platform because I like the interaction and getting to meet people. And for those of you that were not on when we first started, a lady jumped on from I want to say Sweden. I don't know, but anyways, I just think that's amazing that people can get on from all over the world. You meet when you get all these different point of views, I just think it's awesome. But yeah, so every Friday I'm here at 11 a.m. and you never know how long it's gonna go because it's Blab, and then people jump in and jump out, and so I just think that's amazing. Dante, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I was like, who is this crazy lady? I don't even know if you remember me from the beginning because I cut all my hair off. But anywho, thank you very much for jumping on. I see you are on Blab a lot, and so I try to jump in and check out your stuff whenever you're on. And Coach Karen, as always, always happy to have you, and you always come with a fresh perspective. And I think when you and Dante were talking, but having two different views on the topic, I just think from your view, you came out with the business mindset, and then maybe because did you start your businesses in the U.S. or were you saying you started in Canada?
No, I started in Guyana. I started in business at 9 years old, so I started young. I've always been in business.
And I think that has a lot to do with
I do have to sit back and listen, like when Dante talk or other people talk, because I'm not coming from that point of view. I have no idea what it feels like to be in a job or feel that way before I get into business. Mine is the other way around. So I'm just always checking out blogs in different places and just kind of listening where people are coming from, what their experiences are, and how they're approaching things and why, right? It's so good to learn why people have to do what they're doing and how they come about doing it. So I'm just always learning. And this platform and Scope is lots of teaching, lots of learning.
So thank you all. I'm not gonna I think I'm gonna end it because it's 12, almost 12:30.
Yeah,
I'm hot. I need to move. I've been sitting in the same spot for an hour and a half, and I need to eat. So thank you guys. I will be back next Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also go to mommyfreelance.com. That is my website, and we will be launching next month. So thank you all, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Dante. And I will see you guys next one. Bye.
Bye.